Going back to what Infinite Content said, Infinite Content is a user who's watching via YouTube. He was the first one to bring up in this conversation that we're having the cycle of destruction. I got on this entire conversation because I started with like the cycle in history, the constant model that we have not learned from. We haven't learned our lesson, folks. Strike that. Down here we have the ruling elite. They have it. And listen, I know I see a couple of comments. Can I just say something? And I know I don't have to, but I just want to acknowledge. I see a couple of comments every now and then say, "Ooh, Ben, your house is nice." Listen, it's framed. It's framed, right? And the reason I say this is because a lot of like, well, Ben, you're talking this socialism, class warfare stuff, but you look like you're living big. Even if I was, one, so what? But two, we need as many class traders as we possibly can get. You know, Mark Ruffalo, we need as many people who can, whatever amount of money they ever start to make in their lifetime, can always hold true to the truth that there has always been class warfare in this country. It's just been the rich waging it on the poor. And again, I know I didn't have to say that, but I just want to point that out, right? The straw man that anyone who is wealthy or can frame a picture to look like they're doing good shouldn't say anything about this kind of conversation. Well, you just come to the wrong channel because you can kiss my ass. I'm going to talk about it no matter if I got $1 million in the bank or if my lights are off. And I've already filled one side of that equation. I've already proven one side of that equation. All right. Literally did this when my lights were off. Infinite Content. I don't lose my place. He don't miss, ladies and gentlemen. He don't miss. I'm so stupid. The lessons that they haven't learned, because we have, we read about it all the time. We try to warn them all the time, is that you can't build a society that exploits billions of people at the bottom for the benefit, hell, not even billions. Let's take it down to the size of a kingdom, right? You can't have a society that exploits tens of thousands of people at the bottom to the benefit of a handful of people at the top and expect that to end well. Sure, you could suppress it for a very long time. And that's the other side of the equation, right? Of how they control us. On the one side, they control us because they've got us thinking that one day we're going to be them. They have everybody thinking that they're going to be a billionaire, billionaire mindset. All of our churches are talking about, building your empire, and everybody wants to build an empire. Every hip hop artist that, God bless them, they think they're going to be the next big billionaire and they're going to build their empire, their clothing line. Everybody thinks they're going to be rich. And that's one of the number one ways that they control us. No, that is the number one way that they control us. The second way they control us is if a couple of us get out of line, they're more than happy to send out the Gestapo to crush us. And they can do that for a period of time. They can continue to crush us for a period of time. But eventually, they're going to find the Achilles heel of any system and bring that system to its knees. And sometimes, when that system is brought to its knees, it isn't immediately replaced by another system for progress to continue. Sometimes the barbarians at the gate destroy an entire empire that leaves us in the dark ages for hundreds of years. You would think that the ruling elite would have learned their lesson, and the lesson is this: we have to, at some point in the course of human history, turn this pyramid upside down, where the masses have enough and the masses are afforded an opportunity to explore their greatness. Whereas in every period in the past, it's been, you see how I flipped that triangle, right? The pyramid is flipped. The masses need to have that opportunity. But in the past, it was a small subset of rulers who were able to explore their greatness. And again, if you think about this from a collective perspective, you would understand the unbelievable opportunity that this presents humanity to now have the collective contributions of everyone who gets to live above subsistence living.